Have you ever felt stuck in life, with money, in relation to your job, or with anything else? Most people will feel stuck at some point in their lives. It's part of life. We can't really do anything about it. But we can do something about how we react to feeling stuck. Here is what you can do. First of all, take a step back. When we feel stuck, we start to ruminate, but we need to break the cycle of negative thoughts. So do something you enjoy and that clears your head. For me, exercise is a great way of getting headspace and being out in nature, getting some fresh air. But you could also think about spending time with loved ones, doing arts and crafts, reading, whatever it is that you enjoy and that can clear your head. The second step is to work out your options. Once you have a clearer mind, you can sit down and work out what you can do about your situation that you feel stuck about. And remember, there are always at least two options. The first option is always to leave things as they are or do nothing. And then there are other options, such as different directions you can change into, and that will depend on the situation. So work them all out. What are all your options? The third step is to analyze your options. If it helps, you could write them down. Write down each option and the pros and cons. You might want to do a little bit more research on each option, and you could also work out how your finances work for each one of them. And you might want to talk about people you trust about your options and what their opinions are. The fourth step is to make a decision. I know quite a few of us will find this part difficult, otherwise we wouldn't feel stuck. That's okay, take your time, but also know that inaction doesn't really help and quite often can make the situation worse. Whilst I think it is important to talk to other people about your options, I equally think it is important to make the decision by yourself. You can take other people's input and viewpoints into account, of course, but the decision should not be with or for other people, it is for yourself. The fifth step is to give it some time before you implement your decision. I know this doesn't always work because sometimes you have to act quickly, but if you can, wait for a while. Our brains process information while we sleep. That's why we say we sleep on it. It's the same principle here. See how you feel about your decision in a few days' time. If it feels right, the positive feelings will grow. But at the same time, if it doesn't feel right, you will know too. It is good practice to wait for a while, but at some point you will have to act. So implement your decision without being afraid of making any mistakes. You can always change things later on. I hope you find this helpful. Feeling stuck is a horrible feeling, but if you go through the steps and follow a logical path, you can get unstuck. For me, it's all about options. I always remind myself I have options, and that calms me down. And don't forget, nothing is ever set in stone. You can change things. Even if you've made a decision, you still have options.